Welcome again. After 5 years at 160 Eglinton East, we decided we needed to expand our office space. And we secured an office over at 2323 Yonge. It's an office, a location where we would be there for the next 25 years. Shortly after moving into that office, we started getting business with Nortel, and that required us to open an office up in Ottawa. Keith Carter was working with us at that time, and he took on the challenge of opening the Ottawa office. Shortly after doing so, he engaged a woman named Lisa Elliott. Lisa joined us and stayed with us for 20 years, till her recent retirement. It's interesting with Lisa because she referred a friend, Jason Mann, who came and joined us in Toronto, and thus began a set of dominoes, which was going to result in a rapid growth for Procom, when we would draw upon friends of friends, primarily coming from Laurier University, a school that we started developing a good relationship with. It was about this time that Alex McKenzie joined us, Mark Galloway joined us, and they continue to provide their leadership within the company today. Other individuals, Neil Brooks joined us, left to go to another career, and then has returned to us. I can think of Neil King, Joe Carab, Jeremy Comet, all very solid representatives of our company. We were on fire. I found myself going to bed every night trying to figure out where I was going to get the cash to fund the growth that was coming in the doors. One day we received a phone call and asking us to attend a session at Nortel. Went to the meeting, at which point in time the head of procurement, Ken Rayner, said to us, to the crowd actually, that Nortel had gone through a review of its suppliers base and reduced it down to the suppliers then in the room. It was a great honor, great reward to be included. At the end of the meeting, I walked up to Ken and said, you know, Ken, you got a lot of other suppliers who aren't going to be in this room, and do you have any plans for how you're going to handle those contractors? And he said, well, you know, we haven't really thought about that. And I said, well, we have a program called Soft Landing, and I'd like to maybe come in and talk to you about that because I think I can help. And he said, well, call my office to make an appointment and we'll do that. Returning to the office, I put my full attention towards this opportunity at Nortel. I had to come up with a strategy. On the Thursday before the meeting, I drove to Ottawa so I could be ready. I arrived crack of dawn at 9 o'clock for my meeting, and I walked in to find Ken dressed in golf shorts, practicing his golfing. He then told me that he'd forgotten about our meeting and he was going to play golf with HP. I had 5 minutes to make my pitch. And I did so, hit the highlights, and he left, and I left. I was clearly depressed, having all this work gone into it to be so easily dismissed. My pitch had his focus on contract administration, reliable, sustainable, expandable administration of the contractors. I proposed a strategy where people who were no longer going to be engaged through Nortel's current suppliers list could come through Procom. In the weeks that followed, the telephone started to ring off the hook. We were getting calls from Nortel managers. Apparently, Ken had reviewed the document I left and decided to go forward, told the management team where they had a contractor who was not through an approved supplier that they should call up and go through Procom. With this increase in numbers, the challenge increased. Not only were they looking for people in Canada, they were looking at people across the United States. We were immediately faced with the challenges of establishing a physical presence in Dallas, in Raleigh, in San Francisco. Our relationship with Nortel was exceptionally good. At our peak, we were close to 1,000 contractors working for them across North America. We also represented or administered contractors who were around the world. We had started the year with Lisa and Jason at around 200 contractors. We ended it around 800. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the ups and downs that we experienced.